Hi crocheters of the world, here I am again with a piece of garment that I created for you. Now this is a overcoat, and actually it's a long time since I think to work, actually to crochet a overcoat. So here it is. I choose, of course, a very let's say easy style. It's the Montgomery style, as you can see, and I didn't put the hood. It's really easy. You can just take work actually on this side where you began to work the neck up. You will just take from outside and work all around, and when you just go over the level of the head, obvious the length of the head, you just sew on the upper part, and that's all. You can also put some pockets if you want to. I just love it as it is. And of course you need this kind of buttons. They are really important for the Montgomery style, obvious. Now the yarn that I use is this one. It's a Italian yarn. Its name is Brezza, and it's really nice and soft. But I don't think you can find it in your country, so that's not a problem. You can use a bulky yarn suitable for 5mm hook, and it will be worked with 5.5mm hook, because we need a nice and soft texture for our overcoat. So it has a nice shape, but it is also nice and soft, and this is actually what I was trying to obtain from it. Now in the tutorial I changed a little bit the way I explained, and I hope will be really easy for you to follow. Please let me in the comments below some feedback. I actually explain all in 4 sizes, so there are no written instructions. This is all into the video tutorial. All that you need is to pick up your size and follow that one, okay, along the video, and work with me. Will be really easy to work it. Now I began with the back side. It's a bottom-up construction. I love top-down, but from time to time I just have no problem work bottom-up construction too. So it's a bottom-up construction. I began with the back side, then I worked the front side, both parts of front side, both front sides, and the sleeves. Now for the sleeves, actually I explain you detailed how to fit them, how to shape them to fit perfectly in the armhole. I think will be easier for you, even for another I don't know if you want to work a sweater like this with a bottom-up construction or something else, or in other sizes. This will be very, from my point of view, will be useful for you. So watch it and you'll see how easy it's a kind of formula that I found out, and I think will be useful for you too, how to perfectly fit the sleeve to the armhole, how to sew it perfectly, and to have this effect actually. Okay, so I use the quantity of yarn. I use about a little bit more than 600 grams, okay? One skein of this yarn, it's 100 grams, so I use a little bit more than 6, yes. So if you want to work it in, so 600 grams, it's perfect for a M size. Now if you want to work of other sizes, of course, you just add 100 grams for one more size, so a size more actually. Okay, so 100 grams and will be just perfect for the quantity. It's a yarn suitable for 5 millimeters hook, but I work it with 5.5 millimeters hook. And just one more thing, and I leave it to the tutorial. It's about the stitches that I use. It's double crochet and half double crochet. Actually, first I want to work with the waffle stitch, but the texture was too rigid and I really didn't like it, so I just switched to double crochet and half double crochet, work only in back loops, and look at this lovely effect that it has. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like my tutorials on crochet, Tunisian crochet and knitting for crocheters. And now I let you to the tutorial. Don't forget to leave me some feedback about the way I explain. Hope you will enjoy, hope it will be easy for you to follow. So let's see how to work this cardigan. Now, of course, in the tutorial I will work on less stitches and with other yarn, so just yarn that I have here, and it's just for you to understand how to work it. But I will tell you all the sizes from my size to any size that you want to work this cardigan, so coat, actually overcoat. Now let me show you here. This is the back side, and actually the back side begins here. Okay, this is the chain that we need to begin, and you can choose to measure the circumference of your hip, so the hip circumference, and to leave 4 centimeters ease, okay, and to divide by 2, and then to work in chains, this what you have, the measure that you have in centimeters, or I don't know, inches, or okay, or easier, I began for my medium size, I began with 68 chains. Now I am talking about yarn, bulky yarn. It's, I think, bulky yarn. It's yarn suitable for 5 millimeters hook, and you will work it with a 5.5 millimeters hook. Okay, so on its label, on the yarn's label, must be written 5 millimeters hook, suitable for 5 millimeters hook, and you will work it with 5.5 millimeters hook. Even with 6 if you work very tight. Okay, now for a medium size you will put 68 chains. Now for each measure more, you will add 4 more chains, which means for large you will have 72 chains. For extra large you will have 76. For extra large you will have 80 chains. Obvious, I am talking about chains, and this is the measure that I am talking about. Okay, so you will chain this. For a small size you will have 64, and so on, so plus 4 or less 4, depends on where you want to go, the direction, okay, the size that you want. And you begin like this with this chain. Now when you have ready your chain, you need two markers. So let us begin. And as you can see, we will work the rectangular underarm until underarm. We will just slip stitch and close some, leave out some stitches for the underarm, and then we will go on and work the upper part to the neck. Okay, and that's also the back side. It's really easy. Now I have here 22 chains, but this is not important. Okay, so that is important. Now I have my chains. Okay, exactly the chains that I need. Let's suppose that I have my 68 chains, and now I will chain 2 more. okay, and yarn over 1, 2, 3. I will work my first double crochet into the third chain from the hook, but on the wrong side of the chain into this bumping up here loop that we have. First double crochet, and I will also put a marker into it. Okay, the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Okay, and I will continue on working my very first row with 1 double crochet into each chain. Now begin the chain, so the beginning chain you can work it with a 5mm hook and the rest with 5.5, okay? Anyway, work it a little bit tighter. A little bit, not much more. And I am just continue on working my double crochet into each chain on its wrong side. So wrong side, okay? Like this. Now the length until the underarm, of course, it's you to decide. Okay? And I just continue on to the end with this double crochet round. I finished my double crochet row, and now I just want to begin a new row, and I want to tell you the rule, let's say how will be worked all these overcoat. Really easy. Will be worked like this: 1 double crochet row alternating 1 half double crochet row, but will be worked only in back loop. So I will turn and I will work only in back. This is the back loop. We have 1 and 2. This is the back loop, back. This is the front loop, this is the back loop. So only in back loop. Now what I want to say is that it's not difficult, it's easy here to skip 1 stitch when we begin, okay, a new row, which means chain 1, and if I turn, okay, it's really easy to skip 1 stitch, believe me, it is, and I don't want it to happen, which means I chain 1, I don't want to turn, I chain 1, yarn over and insert hook into the very first back loop only. Now I turn and I work my first half double crochet, and I also use my second marker because I will put it into my very first half double crochet, and now I will continue on working my half double crochet, 1 half double crochet into each double crochet, only that, oops, this is 5, only that I work back loop only. So for the rest of the pattern we will just work back loop only, and I show you how to begin a row with a back loop only. Believe me, it's very important. Now why I choose this why do I choose this this so easy pattern? Because it's really very easy. Why? Because working with thick yarn, it's a little bit difficult to work. I don't want to work the last because I want to explain you. It's a little bit difficult to work some pattern, something that we want, something that we like, a stitch, okay, a pattern stitch. But this one, working like this with double crochet and half double crochet, creates a very nice texture. It's not remains soft, because I am working on a back loop, and this is very important. Remains nice and soft even with a thick yarn. and it looks really, really lovely. Okay, now let me explain you why I use markers at the beginning and at the end. Because now I know that this is my very last stitch. So I will work into it my half double crochet, and I'm sure that I have all my stitches here. If you don't use marker, even if you are advanced crocheter, maybe when we just work with double crochet and half double crochet, yes, it's easy, but it is also easy to to add one more stitch at the end of that, at the beginning, or to skip one stitch. Of course, without knowing. So that's why I work like this, because I am sure that I cannot go wrong. Now this is my last. You know that we begin with a chain to our double crochet row, which means if I don't have this marker here, maybe I can add actually one more double crochet, so half double crochet, and I don't want to. Okay, so that's why. Now chain 2 to begin a double crochet row, yarn over hook and insert hook, turn and work your very first double crochet and put the marker on it. Okay, now I will work all my double crochet row, and it's like this that I will go on with the marker. Okay, now I know, I am very, very sure that this is my last stitch where to work my last double crochet. It's, let's say, a trick when we just work with simple stitches as double crochet and half double crochet, and everyone says, oh my gosh, these are so easy. Yes, it is. They are easy. There are actually basics, but still we need to actually to be attentive not to lose some stitches or to add some stitches. Okay, so that's why I'm working like this. Okay, now I will just continue on working double and half double for the length that I want for my coat to be. So let me just show you the length. It's this one. It's this. So to the underarm. Now I let you to decide. I actually work for myself 32 rows. Okay, 32 rows, but it's you to decide, obvious, how long you want it to be. So let's suppose we finished the length till the underarm. You will have something like this. So it's that it will bend a little bit. Now don't worry, you will need just to iron it if you just, okay, so it's just perfect. You will just need to iron a little bit the piece. And this is what we have. Look at this. It's simple but nice. Okay. Now from here, what I want to do is to work this part. So for my M size, I left out 8 stitches on one side and obvious 8 stitches on the other side. Now you will leave out 1 stitch more, 9 stitches for L, 10 stitches for XL, and 11 stitches for XXL, and 7 stitches for small. Okay, so this is the number of stitches that it's you to choose. Okay, this 8 stitches for my size, so M size. Okay, 8 and 8, and then I went on for 13, so this is 13 rows. Now again, you will add 1 more row for so 13 rows, will be 14, sorry, 2 more rows, so 15 rows, and this is for M size, for L. Then 17 rows for XL and 19 rows for XXL and so on. So 2 more rows plus 2, okay, for these parts, so for the opening arm of the arm, okay, so where we will sew actually the sleeve, okay. Good. You will finish the length of the back side with a half double crochet row, okay, a half double crochet row. And now I have 22 here, okay, I will leave out 4, just like that. And I will begin like this, chain and slip stitch the number of stitches that I want to leave out. One, two, three, 4. I will slip stitch into the next, chain 2 and begin with the double crochet and put the marker, okay. And I'll go on and work until the second to last row that you need to complete for your size. So 13 rows for a medium size, 15 rows for large, 17 rows for extra large, 19 rows for extra large. And these are the stitches that you have to slip stitch. 9 plus 1, because you know it's you will slip stitch exactly into the stitch where you will begin with a chain 2 and a double crochet, okay. I will complete some more rows for this, and then I will be back to show you actually how to finish the last row. At the end we just want to put the marker from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will work 4 less, but you will work 8, 9, 10, as many stitches as you need, okay. So to finish you just don't work them. So we slip stitched at the begin and we will just don't work won't work the last stitches, okay. So I'll just continue on to the marker, and then I will work as many rows as I need, as many rows as I show you for your size. Of course you can also measure yourself to see if you need 1, maybe 2 more, okay. But the idea is that we need to finish into with a double crochet row. So I went on and I stopped here that I have, let's say, 1 more row, 1 more double crochet row, because I want to show you how to just work the first and the last stitches. Now on mine real size, which is my M size, I worked 8 stitches. So I slip stitched 4, then single crochet 2, half double crochet 2. At the beginning and at the end I half double crochet 2, double crochet 2 and slip stitched 4. And this is the same it's the same number of stitches that you have to work like this for all sizes. Now I just make for you a little bit. So from 68 chains M size, without 16 I have 52 on this part. Then for large 54, for extra large 56, and for extra large 58 here, okay, it's here. and it's your here it's again your choice of how to divide the neck from the two arms, shoulders actually, sorry for the two shoulders. I put 20 for the neck, 16 and 16 for the, and this is 52, 16 and 16 for the arms, okay? And for the large size you still put 16 and 16 for the shoulders and 22 for the neckline. So this is 54 stitches. For the extra large you will put 17 and 17 for the shoulders and 22 for the neck, and there are 56 stitches totally. And for the extra large it's 18 and 18, sorry. So as I said, for the extra large it's 18 for the shoulders, so 18 and 18 and 22 for the neck, and it's 58 the total number of stitches. Okay, so you can just take from here. And let me show you just how to work this last. So this last row, the double crochet row, you will need to begin with slip stitch, slip stitch, slip stitch, slip stitch 4 times for the first four stitches. Then you will single crochet into the next 2 and half double crochet into the next 2. So there are 8 stitches that you need to work like this. And then you of course will continue on with the double crochet, as many as you need, and at the end 2 half double crochets, 2 single crochets, and again 4 slip stitches. And this is very important for the shoulders, okay, shoulder shape. So now I will show you here. Of course I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 stitches. So let's see, I will work a little bit just to show you. So we slip stitch, and we will, if we slip stitch we don't need to chain. Yes, we need. So sorry, we slip stitch like this, 1 and 2, and normally now I will show you, normally you see, so you have to slip stitch 4, okay, then double crochet 2 times, I will single crochet 2 times, sorry, I will single crochet once, and half double crochet 2 times. And now of course you will just continue on with the double crochet, and the last 8 stitches. Now I have here only 4, but for you it's 8 stitches for all sizes, okay? The last 8 stitches will be again 2 half double crochets, 2 single crochets, and 4 slip stitches, okay? 1 2 3 4. So now I will work 2 half double crochets. I work only 1 here on this little swatch, and 2 single crochets, and I work only 1, and 4 slip stitches, and I work only 2, sorry. Okay, so let me show you how it looks. This is very important, believe me, for the shape of our arms and shoulders, okay, shoulders, better said. And this is, my friends, the back side, and believe me, it's the most important part. From here the rest is piece of cake.